Hey guys, welcome to Making Mini Plans. Today I'm going to show you how I use my mini happy planner as part of my everyday planning routine. I use this as my main planner, and it allows me to have a good balance between decorative and functional planning in a way that works really well for me. There are three main sections in this planner that I use: the currently page, the monthly calendar, and the weekly pages. And I'm going to tell you how I use each one. So let's get started. So this is what a typical currently page looks like in my planner. Even though it's the first page in each monthly section, it's actually the last page that I fill out every month. This is because I like to use my currently page as an overview of the month, so I have sections to track what I was watching, what I was listening to, sometimes even books that I've read that month, and also any particular memories that I enjoyed. It's really nice for me to be able to look back on each month and reflect on it in that way, so that's what I prefer to use currently pages for. Now moving on to my monthly layout, I use these pages to track any bills, future events, or birthdays for that month. I don't use these pages as much if I'm not having a busy month, but for the most part, that's what goes in there. I don't tend to use a sidebar on these pages very often, but I am trying to figure out ways that I can make use of it, so I'm testing out a few ideas at the moment. I try to keep this quite simple, and that really helps me see what I've scheduled or lined up for the weeks ahead. And finally, my weekly pages. As you can see, I'm using the mini vertical layout. It's not the most popular mini layout, but I enjoy using it mostly because it allows me to get a bit more creative when it comes to decorating the pages, but also it gives me enough functional space to work with. In my weekly spreads, I usually track important events or routine tasks, as well as any specific things I need to remember, like my work schedule. I also use this space as a memory keeper, so I often write down any TV shows or movies that I'm watching, and also the books that I'm reading. Each week has a sidebar, and I mostly use it to track my current playlists. So any songs that stood out to me that week will go in the top half here, and in the bottom half, I either decorate the page or I usually plan my meals or track my weekly habits. I like to keep my planning routine very simple. I don't necessarily time block my tasks, and not every task needs to be completed on a specific day. Each day is more of a checklist for me to keep track of the things I need to do in that week. Sometimes my week can look neat and pretty, sometimes it looks a bit more chaotic, but it doesn't really matter as long as I'm being productive and getting those plans done. And that's basically it. So if you have any questions about the mini happy planner or my planning routine, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Until next time, bye.